Mike Green is a special edge rushing prospect out of Marshall. He's been getting a lot of first round buzz lately. He does have some off the field concerns that we will talk about later, but I wanted to get into his tape today and figure out why was he so good? Why has he started to get this buzz coming out of such a small school? Is he the real deal? I think that he is, and I'm going to show you why I think that as we dive into the tape of Mike Green, edge rushing prospect from Marshall, who should absolutely be a first round pick. Now, before we get into the tape, let's look at the tail of the tape for Mike Green with his measurables and his background. He started his career at the University of Virginia, ended up leaving the program and transferring, which some scouts and NFL personnel think should be vetted. I'm not sure. I did mention he does have some off-field concerns. He ended up dropping out of the Senior Bowl after really having an eye-opening performance in the practices earlier in the week. But he's 6'4", 251 pounds, coming off a season where he was named a first-team All-American with 17 sacks, a Sun Belt Conference record, 22.5 TFLs, and a very nice pass rush win rate, as you can see right here. One thing that jumps out when you watch Mike Green is the devastating spin move that he has. Now, this is a quick pass right here, but an early example before we see the later ones that are really devastating. That spin move is very clean, very crisp. There's no wasted movement when it comes to Mike Green. Another thing with Mike Green off of the edge is his elite bend and then just his ferocious pursuit to the football. Here against Stony Brook, you see the bend, he's past the tackle, and he gets there, finishes the play, makes a big sack for Marshall. And some of you may wonder, oh, well, he played at Marshall. He must not have been playing against good competition. There are multiple examples of him dominating against Power 4 tackles throughout this film. Here's one of them against Virginia Tech. You're going to see the bend that I talked about once again. He's able to get underneath this offensive tackle. We'll show it again here. Gets underneath, uses his strength, his speed, gets through, and makes the play on Kyron Drones, forcing an incomplete pass, but the pressure got there so quickly, nothing could even develop there for Vatek. Once again, gets in there, hits the quarterback, brings him down, and this is just what I love from Mike Green, the kind of tenaciousness. Another great move against Virginia Tech by Mike Green. This time he's lined up off of this right edge, or the left edge for the offense rather, and you're going to see him head to the outside, head back inside, chop the arms down of this offensive tackle, flush Drones out of the pocket, which allows the linebacker, the spy, to get towards him, create pressure, and it nearly creates an interception. And this is Mike Green all the way creating this play. You see the pursuit by him, and it almost leads to a turnover. Here he is against Ohio State. I just love the speed and quickness mixed with the ability of the hands that Mike Green has here. Check this out. Will Howard's going to throw a quick pass, but to me, Mike Green just disrupts the timing a little bit here. Let's run this back and put it in slow motion here as you watch Mike Green coming off the edge. You've got the tight end coming across in motion. Howard snaps the ball. Look at the hands. He is immediately by this tackle in about 3/4 of a second. He gets in there, muscles past the tackle. Howard has to get rid of it, in my opinion, a half second earlier than he wanted to, throws it into coverage, and it's a play, once again, caused by Mike Green. Another play from later on in this game against the Buckeyes. You see on display that devastating spin move that I talked about earlier here. Coming off the right edge, he gets off the tackle, gets to Will Howard, and brings him down for the sack. And it's just, for me, the quickness at which he does these things. I mean, no wasted movements. The speed, the pursuit brings him down to the ground. And I just love the explosiveness, the dynamic pass rush ability of Green. Another thing by Mike Green that I really love is his ability to fight through holds, to fights through contact really, really well with these offensive linemen. He is very ferocious, and even when he's double teamed sometimes, you'll see later on in this tape, right here, he's got a guard coming around to get him. He is definitely getting held right here. And what does he do? Fights through it, gets to the quarterback, nearly forces another turnover. It ends up just being a drop. But just look at him fight through this hold and finish the play. I just love the motor of Green so much. Now you've got the good and the bad on this play with Mike Green against App State. He's coming off the edge, and you're going to see that spin move once again right by the tackle. He's getting to the quarterback, right? But he just takes the wrong angle, ends up on the ground, misses the tackle, and ends up being a catch for App State. I think sometimes Mike Green has a tendency to maybe over pursue a little bit, take not necessarily the right angle once he wins off the line, and he ends up on the ground sometimes slipping and falling, not able to finish the play. I think that's obviously something that can definitely be cleaned up, but it's something that I have noticed on his tape from time to time. There's that spin move again right here by Mike Green. He puts the Georgia Southern offensive tackle in the spin cycle, brings down the quarterback, and I think that this is one of the best pass rush moves by any of these players in this draft class, is that signature Mike Green spin. It's sort of reminiscent of a Von Miller type of spin move, a DeMarcus Ware type, the quickness, the explosion, and the efficiency of that spin move. I love it. Another example right here of Mike Green doing everything right at the point of attack. He's going to get past this tackle. He's going to use that ghost move right here, gets into the backfield and ends up on the ground slipping and falling. Now Marshall ends up making a play in part due to Mike Green's pressure, but I just want to keep highlighting examples of Green sometimes slipping and sliding, over pursuing, that he can clean up a bit. Talked about that ability earlier of Mike Green to fight through double teams, fight through holds, and you see it again right here. He's got two guys on him. Really, he's getting held egregiously by this tackle, and then the guard starts to hold too. What does he do? Fights through it, gets to the quarterback, brings him down. Like, this guy just does not give up on a play. He fights through. This is going to be an interception by Marshall that is completely caused by Mike Green here off the right edge. Check it out. He's going to bully his offensive lineman. He's going to get chipped. He's going to get through that very quickly. He's going to force his quarterback to throw it up right to this defender for Marshall. Check it out one more time here. Boom, boom. Relentless pursuit. The speed by Green forces the interception. And I think that there is a lot of times where Mike Green benefits this back end of the Marshall defense, the secondary, the linebackers, the coverage unit as a whole, with his pass rush that dictates these quarterbacks' decisions to throw it quickly. This might be my favorite play on tape for Mike Green. The finesse, the power, the hit that he delivers on the quarterback here. You're going to see him come off this left edge, gets underneath, bends the corner, boom, drills the quarterback. It gets picked up by Marshall. It's taken to the house for a touchdown. Another explosive by the Marshall defense that actually, I don't think this ended up getting taken to the house after watching the end of the play, but an explosive play by this Marshall defense created by Mike Green. One more time here. You see the finesse, bend, the hit. It's just perfect. This is poetry if you're looking at edge rusher tape by Mike Green. Green is very decisive in what he does on the football field. You're going to see him coming here on a twist. He sees the gap immediately, shoots it. Great speed, great pursuit like we talked about. Run this back here again. You see him off of this right side if you're the offense, and he is going to take this twist right through this gap right here. It is not opened up yet. That he knows it is coming though. He shoots right through. I love the speed. I love the explosion. The more that I watch of this guy, the more excited that I get. I know that he has some off-field stuff, and we will discuss that here in a moment, but if that gets cleared up, if he is able to be a focused player in this league, he's going to be a force. And some people might ask, what is Mike Green as a run defender, though? We see that he's a great pass rushing player. Can he defend the run? And the answer to that is yes. He plays with just as much finesse in the run game as he does against the pass. Here you see the move, gets to the backfield, immediately hits the running back. He's a big-time player when it comes to stopping the run as well. Tight end here on Mike Green. That is not going to work in the run game. You got the motion across, just out-muscles his way to the running back, brings him down for a minimal gain. These are the type of plays that he makes in the run game. He is not a one-trick pony by any stretch of the imagination. Here on a toss play out in space, you're going to have a crack block from this tight end right here. You're going to see Green on that right edge, and this is not going to work at all, as you would expect. Note to NFL teams, don't put tight ends on Mike Green, because then this is what happens. He gets in space, he's got the speed, he closes space very quickly, and the quickness, I mean, it just sticks out very, very much. Now for the report card for Mike Green. Size-wise, I give him an A-. He's about the exact same size as my pro comp that I will mention here in a moment. Speed and agility, obviously an A+. Very, very quick off the ball. I mentioned the pursuit, the high motor, which I also gave him an A+ in. He is very, very quick, very athletically gifted. Pass rushing, again, obvious A+ there. he was a ferocious game wrecker off the edge in pass sets. Run stopping, I think he's a good enough run stopper. Give him a B+. He's got some dynamic run stopping plays. Sometimes, though, he can over pursue, and with how hard he plays, I think that he can sometimes just overrun a play. Versatility, A-. He can line up on both edges. He can play in the run game and in the pass game, but it's not like you're going to ask him to be a 3-tech. So versatility, I give him an A-. And then in terms of moves, I gave him a really high grade there as well. I mean, he's got a swim move, he's got a ghost move, he's got a rip move. He has got a plenty deep enough bag to succeed at the next level. My pro comp for Mike Green is Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. Mike Green stands at 6'4", 251 pounds. Micah Parsons is listed at 6'3", 247 pounds. I think they're both very high motor, very explosive, very athletically gifted off of the edge players with rare combinations of speed, technique, and power. I think that Green is going to be a very, very elite edge rusher as long as these off the field issues either end up to not be true or get sorted out early on and he is able to focus on the game. So my pro comp is Micah Parsons. Green is one of my favorite prospects in this draft. I think he's right behind Abdul Carter in terms of edge rushers. I think a team like the Falcons or any pass rush needy team would be very wise to take him in the first round. I'm excited to see how draft night turns out for Mike Green and see where he ends up. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Gonna have more draft profile breakdowns coming your way here soon. We are growing and I appreciate all of my subscribers. We'll see you later.